The rain tapped softly against the hospital window as 67-year-old Salma folded another tiny baby sweater with trembling hands. "Perfect," she whispered, smiling at the loose button she had sewn back on. The nurse passing by paused. "You still knitting for the orphan ward, Auntie Salma?" Salma nodded gently. "If a child feels warm, maybe they'll feel love too." The nurse smiled and walked away, but Salma's eyes slowly drifted toward her old phone lying beside the bed. No missed calls. No messages. Today was her birthday. Her 3 children had promised last week. "Don't worry, Mom. This year we'll make it special." She believed them. She had even worn the cream-colored shawl her late husband once loved. By evening, the hospital room grew darker. Outside, families came and went carrying flowers, balloons, cake boxes. But no one came for Salma. At 8:47 p.m., her youngest son finally texted, "Sorry, Mom. Busy day. We'll celebrate later." That was it. No call. No happy birthday. Nothing. Salma stared at the screen for a long moment, then quietly locked the phone. The nurse entered again. "Andy, should I bring your dinner?" Salma smiled politely. "Yes, dear." But after the nurse left, tears finally rolled down her cheeks. Not because they forgot, because deep down, she had spent her whole life making sure they never felt forgotten. Years earlier, when her eldest daughter wanted to study abroad, Salma secretly sold her wedding jewelry. When her middle son lost his business, she lied to everyone and said, "I wanted to downsize anyway," before selling the family house to help him recover. And when the youngest needed surgery at 12, she spent 6 months sleeping on a hospital chair beside him. She never complained. Not once. Her children always called her strong. But none of them noticed strength gets tired too. Near midnight, Salma slowly opened the small drawer beside her bed. Inside were 3 wrapped gift boxes. One for each child. The nurse looked surprised the next morning. "You bought gifts on your own birthday?" Salma smiled softly. "No. I made them." "What are they?" Salma carefully touched the ribbons. "Memories." The next afternoon, her children finally arrived together. Expensive clothes, rushed faces, phones still in hand. "Mom, sorry, work has been crazy. You know how life is. We'll make up for it." Salma simply nodded.
No anger, no guilt trips.
That somehow made them more uncomfortable. Then she handed each of them a box. "I wanted to give you something before I leave the hospital." Her daughter laughed awkwardly. "Mom, you didn't have to buy us gifts." Salma only smiled. "Open them at home." That night, the 3 siblings opened their boxes separately. And all 3 broke down crying. Inside each box was something different. For her daughter, a tiny pair of children's shoes, along with a note. "You wore these on your first school day. You were scared, so I waited outside your classroom for 6 hours. I just wanted you to know, someone has always waited for you with love." Her daughter covered her mouth and sobbed. For the middle son, an old broken wristwatch. And a note. "This stopped working the night your father died. You were only 16. The son sank into his chair, crying like a child. For the youngest, a faded hospital bracelet from his childhood surgery, and the note that destroyed him. "You kept apologizing for being sick. But my son, saving you was never a burden. It was the greatest privilege of my life." He burst into tears instantly. But there was one more envelope inside every box. It read, "I know you forgot my birthday. Life becomes busy. Hearts become distracted. I am not hurt because you forgot one day. I am hurt because you forgot how deeply you are loved." Silence filled 3 different homes that night. Not one of them slept. The next morning, all 3 rushed to the hospital carrying flowers, cakes, gifts, balloons. But Salma's bed was empty. Panic exploded instantly. "Where is she?" The nurse looked confused. "She checked out early this morning."
What?
"Alone." She said she wanted to go somewhere peaceful. The daughter's hands shook. "Did she say where?" The nurse smiled softly and handed them a folded paper. It was an address. An hour later, they arrived at a small orphanage on the edge of the city. And there was Salma, sitting on the floor, surrounded by children, laughing, knitting tiny sweaters. For the first time in years, she looked truly light. The youngest son fell to his knees beside her. "Mom, we're sorry." The others began crying too. Salma looked at them quietly. Then she touched their faces one by one like she used to when they were little. "I did not give you those gifts to punish you," she said softly. "I gave them so you would remember something before life steals more time from us." Her daughter whispered through tears. "What?" Salma smiled. "That love is not proven by expensive surprises." She gently held their hands. "It is proven by remembering."